in the event. Notably, the companies that sells scanners, such as Dentsply Sirona, 3Shape, Medit, and Carestream, they're also canceled in their attendance. So as a result, the atmosphere at the event was very quiet and subdued. But when I first received the notice of 2 years ago regarding Ids 2023, I was thrilled and excited to attend. I am pleased to here today, where I can feel the dynamic atmosphere and the presence of many people. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a specialist in advanced general dentistry, and I graduated from the College of Dentistry at Jeonbuk National University in South Korea. And I was worked as a lecturer for various companies that are involved in scanners and dental implants and laser and dental materials, including Vericom. Currently, I run a private dental practice with 4-unit chairs, and I use 4 microscopes, each chairs, and 4 intraoral scanners, utilizing the CEREC MCXL for processing inlay and temporary tools, which include 5-axis milling machines. Since 2015, I have fabricated dental prostheses using intraoral scanners, and I have tried several of these scanners that you see in the picture. And recently, I purchased the 3Shape 305. So at present, I use 4 intraoral scanners, including Dentsply's OmniCam and PrimeScan, and Medit i700 and the 3Shape 305. Why did I buy more scanners? Using intraoral scanners to make a process offers several advantages, such as simplifying the prosthetic preparation process compared to conventional method. There are many methods that require multiple steps and are time-consuming. After the tooth is scanned using an intraoral scanner, the processes can be designed using a dental CAD software, fabricating using a milling machine, and finally delivered to patient mouth after post-processing. It's a very simple way. In particular, we use CEREC for making inlays. With CEREC, you can complete the treatment in just 1 day. By following these steps, and you need a ceramic block that can be milled. There are numerous types of blocks in the market that you showed in the graph. Initially, like most dentists, I used the Vita Mark II, which can be used a long time. And subsequently, I employed Empress that had similar properties. I also experimented with the Emax, which offers superior strength. However, for various reasons, I started using the hybrid blocks. The red square, the marked in the red square, the hybrid blocks, a combination of ceramic and resin. For some time, I utilized Vita Anamic and 3M Lava Ultimate as well. Nowadays, I manufacture prostheses such as inlay, onlays, using a Vericom MAZIC Duro, which is shown here in the red box. So why do many dentists, including myself, prefer hybrid blocks? The primary reason is that they provide excellent millability, good margin fit, and reduce the risk of margin chipping. In this picture, the hybrid blocks tend to perform better and experience less chipping compared to other types of blocks. MAZIC Duro was introduced in 2015, and it has material strength of 220 megapascals, consisting of approximately 8% ceramic filler and 20% resin matrix. It is available in both disc and mandible type. With the disc type is more widely used. As far as I know, 90% hybrid ceramic block inlays produced by dental laboratory in South Korea, but use MAZIC Duro. You can purchase blocks with varying size and shades as demonstrated here. Which clinical cases are suitable for MAZIC Duro? Firstly, it's ideal for inlays. An old amalgam filling can be removed and replaced with a ceramic inlay in just one day. MAZIC Duro also produces good result in an on-lay case. It can be used for making crowns on premolars and on-lays on molars as well. Since it possesses excellent malleability, it can be processed thinly, and it is also suitable for creating processes without tooth preparation, which yield outstanding result. Now, let us delve into today's primary topic, the long-term clinical case. I mentioned earlier the MAZIC Duro was introduced in 2015, and I started using it extensively in 2016. Yeah. First, let's take a simple case. This patient visited my clinic in 2017, and on the same day, the existing processes was replaced with an inlay fabricated using MAZIC Duro. During the follow-up visit in January 2019, there are no issues, and the restoration shows a good result. Our next case is a 3 years clinical case. This patient first visited in my clinic in January 2016 and February the same year. MAZIC Duro inlays were placed on the premolar and molar. This picture was taken in March 2019. The restoration has been used for 3 years without any complications. The patient revisited my clinic in October 2019. Although I did not take a photo, I verified that it was well maintained. The inlay restoration has been in use without any issues for a duration of 3 years and 8 months. Another patient had 2 maxillary premolars restored with the inlay in February 2016. Look at the picture. In February 2019, 3 years after. The inlay was placed significant occlusal wear, but however, there are no other issues. The restoration is functioning well. In July 2021, an inlay was placed to the opposite premolar, and while I could not take a photograph again, the previous treated inlay was being used without any problems. Therefore, we can confirm that the restoration has been used without any complications for 5 years and 5 months. This patient is received an inlay on the maxillary molar using a MAZIC Duro in January 2016. The photo was taken in January 2020, 4 years after the inlay placement, and the restoration is still functioning well without any issues. Although I do not have a photograph again, sorry. The patient visited my clinic in November 2020, and I verified that there are no problems with the restorations. Therefore, it has been utilized without any issues for 4 years and 10 months. You can see the pictures, which was placed in July 2016 using MAZIC Duro. It has been maintained for 4 years and 10 months. Notably, MAZIC Duro has withstood considerable occlusal wear on the molar due to exposure of dentin on the occlusal surface. In January 2016, inlay restoration using MAZIC Duro was performed on the maxillary molar for this patient. And subsequently, the second premolar in front was fractured, and the tooth extraction is required. And in April 2018, the prosthetic was made by dental implant. Look at the photos in November 2020 and May 2021. You can see that fracture is likely to happen. Even in such a situation, MAZIC Duro exhibits occlusal wear, but it is maintained without any major issues. Comparing to photos in January 2016 and December 2022, you can see that over time the premolar was changed, fractured, and replaced with a dental implant. Despite the lateral molar fracturing, MAZIC Duro is still functioning well and has been well maintained. So let's examine a crown case this time. In January 2016, this patient received a crown made with MAZIC Duro due to the fracture on the right maxillary central incisor. And then in December 2016, another central incisor fractured, and a crown was made using MAZIC Duro. And in June 2017, the upper left lateral incisor also fractured, and the crown was performed using a MAZIC Duro. The three twists subsequently changed to crown with MAZIC Duro, yeah. Unfortunately, the crown made in 2016 is fractured, and in January 2018, it was remade using MAZIC Duro. In May 2020, the right lateral incisor that has not have been crowned were finally fractured and were restored with resin. Examining on the existing crown, you can see the occlusal wear due to the mandibular anterior tooth. These photos are taken in May 2022 and February 2023. It demonstrates that the crown is well maintained. Comparing two photos presented here, it's clear that the maxillary left central incisor, crown made by December 2016, has been utilized without any issues for 6 years and 2 months. And until February 2023. The lateral incisor on the same side has been functioning well for 5 years and 7 months. The right central incisor, which was fractured and retreated, has been maintained well for 5 years. The central, if the crown on the right central incisor had not fractured initially, it could have been followed up 7 years. It was a slightly disappointing case. Let's explore the crown case. In July 2016, the maxillary premolar was restored with the crown using MAZIC Duro. And final visit photo, you can see that crown has been well maintained for 4 years and 8 months. By analyzing these cases, we can confirm that the inlays and onlays and crowns made using MAZIC Duro have been well maintained for several years. So let's examine the characteristics of MAZIC Duro. MAZIC Duro controls surface hardening through the omnidirectional pressurization. Oh, it's a very difficult word. During the hardening of the blanks, resulting in a smoother surface compared to other brands, as evident in the image. Even on the microscope, MAZIC Duro exhibits a uniform and dense condition. The graph demonstrates that the MAZIC Duro has high flexural strength and also biaxial strength. All other brands exhibit a similar result for elastic modulus, except for the V company, which has a different manufacturing process. MAZIC Duro displays high value for compressive strength. In surface hardness, only one V company, different manufacturing methods shows distinct result, while other brands demonstrate similar outcomes. Stain resistance is also impressive. Lower value on this graph indicate better performance. MAZIC Duro has a good result, so wine lovers may prefer MAZIC Duro for this reason. Adhesive strength is also high, particularly after sandblasting. Therefore, sandblasting should be conducted first in clinical applications. MAZIC Duro exhibits excellent wear resistance, with the lower numbers indicating reduced wear. The thermocycling experiment, which alternates cold and hot water, also demonstrates a favorable result. The material is milled into a triangular prism shape. Look at the top surface. In comparison to other products, it exhibits a superior result. Fluorescence is a crucial characteristic required in clinical practice. Without it, a crown on the anterior upper tooth will appear missing in dim fluorescent lightning. Radiopacity is another important feature that dentists need to clearly diagnose any issues. Let's explore how to effectively use MAZIC Duro in clinical case. It's a MAZIC Duro preparation guideline. The most critical aspects to prepare tooth in sufficient thickness according to the manufacturer's guideline. Crown should be 1 millimeter at the margin and 1.5 millimeter at the occlusal side, while inlay should be 1.5 millimeter at the occlusal side. It's very important. For inlay, margins should be even. The left pictures. Another lump-like in this picture. Irregular margin cannot be machined by milling machine. And additionally, there should be no undercut in the middle picture. On the occlusal, the right picture, placing the margin on the dotted line, may result in a thin and easily breakable processes. So we don't make bevels in the occlusal side. Ultrasonic devices are very useful when creating a proximal boxes in the class 2 inlays. The set includes one for mesial and another one for distal. It is recommended to use them for a final step to achieve excellent result very easily. On the occlusal side, margin should be as round as possible without any sharp spot. The left picture, the green blue line, the margin, this line can be designed in CAD program, but cannot be machined in the milling process. The margin should be larger than bore diameter. Right picture, the red triangular part. This triangular part will not be milled properly. The ceramic milling machine uses the process MAZIC Duro, mills both of the inner and outer surface together. Therefore, the burrs used as a pair. The burr on the left side, processing cavity side, and while the one on the right processes the occlusal side. It's highly recommended to select the appropriate burr diameter. The burr with the left picture, the burr with a large diameter provides benefits such as a shorter processing time and longer burr life. But it may not be suitable for inlay fit. The right picture, the EF burr, extra fine burr, which can be used from SEDEC 4.4, allows more precise milling on the occlusal surface. Although it may take a longer time to mill, it can be produce better result. So I recommend in the middle picture using a non-S burr. There are two types of left burr. One type is named stepper 12. Another one is stepper 12S. 12 burrs tip diameter is 0.85 millimeter, and stepper 12S tip diameter is 1.35 millimeters. Smaller diameter make more good inlay fit. When milling a smaller diameter burr, it can be also beneficial to veneer fabrication. In this way, veneer can be produced without any removing tooth at all. Without any preparation of tooth. These veneers has been processed using a MAZIC Duro. Which has resulted in a very thin product. The veneer on the left side is made with 12S burr, and the right side is made with EF burr. As you can see, the right veneer is much thinner. From the side, you can observe more clearly. Right veneer is more thin. As evidenced by the image, the veneer fit well. It is suggested that small diameter burrs and hybrid blocks, such as MAZIC Duro, are utilized in similar clinical cases. The process is prepared for attachment by etching the surface and using a bonding agent. As you may be aware, ceramic inlays produced by CEREC require resin cement for successful bonding. Proper bonding is critical, as poor adhesion can cause significant problems. It is important to have experience working with resin cement. Inexperienced individuals may encounter challenges during the bonding process, such as two teeth is sticking together, as I initially did. Now, let's explore how to effectively use resin cement in clinical practice. When preparing the tooth, avoiding the technique left side, we previously mentioned it is crucial to create a margin with a smooth curve. And for preparing the proximal box, use ultrasonic device is very convenient to use. Once tooth is prepared, they are scanned and designed, and the shown result is milled, after milled. The left side is made by Beta Mark II, and the right block is MAZIC Duro. Look at the occlusal margin. You can see that the MAZIC Duro milled much better without chipping. Remove the connector and check the fit. The margin side shows good fit. Sandblast the inner side of inlay and apply the silicone at the surface of the tooth. It's very important. The bonding step should not be rushed. It is essential to spend sufficient time on this step. Shortening the bonding process can cause numerous problems. Apply the bonding agent, allow it to dry thoroughly. Next, apply the resin cement and insert the inlay. Remove any excess cement and using a brush. Cure the resin cement using a curing device. There are many light curing devices in the market. It's essential to choose the right light curing machine. To fix the inlay, it is recommended to use a small curing tip, the left side, that can cure only in a narrow area. And first, use the small tip and remove the excess cement, and then switch to the large tip. So we need two light curing machines. Using the light curing machine with the large diameter, or shown as the right, it can be cause many areas to light cured and making it difficult to remove cement. When only a small part of the occlusal surface is light cured with a small tip, it is easy to remove the excess cement because the other parts are not polymerized. After attaching only one side, like left pictures, and to remove the excess cement at the contact area, to use floor silk. Insert the floss include from the occlusal surface and remove it laterally. Yeah. If you remove it from occlusal surface before the complete polymerization, the inlay will fall off. Oh, yeah. Once excess cement is removed, cure the inlay using a light curing machine with a large diameter. Therefore, it is recommended to use two light curing machines. After curing, adjust the occlusion. After adjusting the occlusion, it's important to finish and polish the inlay. Additionally, it is recommended to perform additional light curing to ensure a stable result. It's my last picture. In summary of today's lecture, we recommend using a hybrid block, such as MAZIC Duro, to minimize margin chipping. And it is also important to use a small diameter milling bore for precise inlay fit, and spending adequate time on the bonding process, and utilize spot cure with a small diameter tip. But it's expensive something. That's all. Thank you for attending today's lecture. Thank you. Thank you very much.